So I was, doing great in Mid-South. And then one night, Bill comes to me and says, gang, it's time for you to leave. I'm like, I didn't understand. I'm still
Yeah.
stupid. Leave? What do you mean? He said, well, we've done, everything we can do with you right here except turn your baby face, and I'm not going to do that. But it's time for you to move on, blah, blah, blah. I'll get you a place to go to. So the one, the place he ends up sending me to is Memphis.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. See?
What a
So,
shithole.
So you
yeah,
went
I go to Memphis now. I pack everything up, blah, blah, blah. And then I end up going to Memphis. Now I'm moving around now. So, end up in Memphis. And I can't go as one man gang there. They put me back as Crusher Broomfield because of the TVs, overlapping all those years on TV as Crusher Broomfield played in that area.
oh, okay.
So Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee, they wanted to beat Crusher Broomfield. Because people didn't know, one man gang, they didn't know that. They knew Crusher Broomfield in that area.
So there wasn't cable TV with the Watts, but Crusher was over in the Memphis market, the Evansville market, the Louisville market, and the Lexington market from the ICW TVs, and that's where Jarrett ran.
Right. So I went back as Crusher Broomfield. Hey, I had nothing happen for me there, man. It was horrible. I just wasn't a Memphis type guy. I didn't fit into their program, and they got a certain crew that they like to stick with, and I just didn't fit in with it. They teamed me up with Kamala too, which was Plowboy Frazier, who later become one of the hillbillies and whatever. But
Uncle Elmer.
just nothing was happening for me there. So I only stayed there maybe 2 months.
Wow.
And one of my
that's what I grew up
there,
watching. That Memphis was my wrestling. That besides, I watched ICW, but Memphis is what we got. Channel 3 wrestling. So that was my thing. So you guys kind of had that feud when you were in ICW. I call it a feud, whatever, with Memphis. Was there any of that kind of talk when you eventually made it to Memphis?
No, I didn't.
It was all done by then.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I never really paid that much attention. Like I tell you, man, I didn't know anything what was going on. I'd get to the building when I was supposed to get to the building. I'd find me a corner, and I'd be sociable. You just you go around and say hello to guys, and how you doing, whatever. I'd find me a corner, put my gear on, and just stay out of it till I find out who I'm working, and we just decide what's going on, and that's basically was it. When the show was over with, I didn't hang out with nobody. I just get in my vehicle and head on back to wherever I lived at.
Yep.
That was just me. I didn't go out. I didn't go to no bars or anything like that. So I stayed there maybe a couple of months, worked, different guys, the fabulous ones, Stan Lane and Steve Kern, and worked those guys, worked, of course, Lawler, Dundee, a lot of different guys like that. And then my last night there, I was booked at some town. It's probably a couple hours away from where I lived at. So I get to the town. I can't remember who's running the show. I don't know. I don't know who's running these shows, but I'm in the dressing room and I'm getting dressed, getting my gear on. And whoever the promoter is, whoever he was, came to me and said, Crusher, what are you doing? What are you doing here? And I said, well, I'm booked here to work. And the guy, whoever he was, he says, no, you're not working tonight. And I said, luckily I kept a booking sheet. So I pulled the booking sheet and said, right there it says Crusher Broomfield. And he goes, I don't care what the booking sheet says, you're not working here. I don't know what his deal was. I'm not one of those kind of I'm not a violent, like I said, I'm not a tough guy. So, I'm not going to grab the guy up in a chokehold or nothing like that. So I said, I said, okay, whatever, man. So I just I get undressed, put my clothes back on, and I go out the back door to leave, and Coco Beware is standing outside getting, out there because there's more room than the dressing room. It's one of them small dressing rooms. It's like 100 degrees inside of it, so he's outside where it's cooler. He asked me what happened, and I explained the situation. And he goes, man, they didn't give you no trans money or nothing? I said, nah, I didn't get nothing, man. He said, hold on 1 second. So Coco goes inside just a few minutes. He comes back out and gives me a $20 bill. I don't know if he came out with it or if he actually got it, but he said, take this for trans money, man. And that was, I said, man, thanks a lot. So he gave me that. I never forgot that.
Wow.
That
So
was
that was my last
his
night.
money.
Yeah,
That was his money.
You think
yeah,
so?
I'm sure it
Because
was.
he did something to somebody else with that too. I heard that story.
Big gold and a billfold, so swole that I can't get the shit closed. So I money fold and rubber band wrap, and when it pop.